What is good, everybody? Hopefully, you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, 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 very fantastic day. I got a lot of stuff to do when I get home. I got a lot to do. Alright? I'm not going to be looking at the chat. I'm almost home. But I got a lot to do, and I wanted to just come on here and just clarify a couple of things. Okay? This is my first time I'm actually doing this live as I drive. And again, I'm keeping my, I'm not going to be looking at the comments. I just wanted to come on here and just express my thoughts on a couple of things. Alright? So, was I a little bit too emotional last night? Yeah, I was in my head. But that's what happens, man. That's what happens when you're a fan of a team that's just so cursed. And even when you do things really well throughout most of the game, you got to play all 48 minutes. Got to play all 48 minutes, man. And as much as I didn't like the officiating at the end of that game, not only does Joel have to box out, but there were other times Kyle Lowry missed a free throw down the stretch that was really big. There's a lot of other reasons why the Sixers ended up losing that game. And even though it was so close, the series ain't over, man. The series ain't over. I really do feel like that the Sixers are neck and neck with the Knicks. And the Knicks weren't really showing me throughout the first two games that they are a dominant squad. Now, can Jalen Brunson, have like a very good game on Thursday night? Absolutely. But the one thing that I notice is that role players tend to play better at home. I've been watching the NBA for a while now. Role players tend to make their three-point shots, and the Sixers aren't done. They're not going to get swept. They're not going to flat out not show up. I still think that the series is going to go 7. I did say last night that I see the Sixers now losing in 7. I take that back. I need to see what happens in games 3 and in games 4, man. I do. Last night I was just getting really emotional, and that's why, again, I do my initial reactions to these games as I do it. Because it's just an initial reaction. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. And again, I'll take a look at your comments in a little bit. I'm almost home. But I wanted to just do this now because I had a lot on my chest, and I'm not really going to be able to do this later because I got a baseball game that I got to get ready for. But anyhow, as tough as last night was to swallow, the Knicks don't scare me as an overpowering team. They really don't. And you know what? So far, they have been the better team. I can't not say that. But they've been a little bit lucky too. It happens. And they should be celebrating over those 2 wins. Because guess what? They got them. And if there's any team that understands what it's like to be cursed, it is the Knicks. So I personally believe that after sleeping on it, even though it took me forever to go to sleep last night, I was upset. I still was constantly thinking about just those last 35 seconds or whatever it was They got a shot, man. This series ain't over, bro. This series ain't done. I expect that the Sixers are going to even the series. And it's going to go back to Game 5. And then Game 5 is going to be absolutely pivotal. But we got to approach it one game at a time. There's still some things that I wish that the Sixers would do a better job at. Obviously, one of them is rebounding. I hope that the role players can step up. And I need Nick Nurse to be more flexible with those lineups. There's no doubt about it. Maybe the officiating is going to be better. I heard about the lawsuit that they filed. I don't know. I don't really trust that. And I don't like blaming games on officials. I really don't. Because at the end of the day, like, you got to play through the adversity. But it was a problem down the stretch. There's no doubt about it. But I'm just saying that I don't think that, people have been coming at me saying that now the series is over, and like last night I reacted as if the series is over. It's not over. There's a reason why this goes to 7 games, man. There's a reason why this goes to 7. It's a best of 7. And the Knicks haven't really been an overpowering team. The Sixers have played, honestly, neck and neck. The Knicks have had a little bit more luck, but their role players have stepped up, man. If there's anything that I learned from this series so far, is that the Knicks defended home court. They made the timely shots. They got the timely rebounds. But they're not the far superior team. So, it sucks being down 2-0. It does. That's not fun. But I think that there's a chip on their shoulder now in regards to how this team plays. And I still think that we have the best in Nick Nurse. I think it's still going to be a heck of a series. It already has been a wild series. And the NBA has gotten what it wants. But I'm just saying, it's not over. It's not over. I'll get to your comments in just a little bit. I'm almost home. But it ain't over, man. It ain't over. It ain't over one bit. I need Oubre to step up, though, offensively. I know that he's been playing solid defense on Jalen Brunson. I know that Toby played really, really good defense on Jalen Brunson at times. But, man, somebody has to step up offensively. And I think that the Sixers will eventually do it. But, yeah, those are just like those are my honest thoughts, man. I don't think that the series is done at all whatsoever. They have 2 guys on this team, and it showed last night, says Mike. Okay, Mike. Here's what I'm going to tell you, man. Okay. Does anybody on the Knicks actually pose to be a threat throughout a whole entire game? Or do they just have the better role players and have the role players have been stepping up? That's my question to you. Because with the way that I've been watching these games, I think that the Sixers have more star power to them, but the Knicks have had the guys that have stepped up from just role players' perspectives. And I think that that's what's been going on right now. Time and time again, the NBA is going to tell you that the star players, at the end of the day, win series over good role players. Because the role players only step up at home. Now, you may say, well, JJ, this is different because Jalen Brunson hasn't even been showing up, or he hasn't even been showing like how he can ball out. My counter argument to that is that even if Brunson does ball out, the Sixers should have Joel and Maxey still ball out in the next game, but other guys should be able to step up because they're going to have the home crowd at their side. And that does matter, man. I really do believe that the Sixers are not done. As frustrating and heartbreaking as it was last night, I'm still not over it, but I have slept on it a little bit, and I just know that this team is not going to just get swept. My gut doesn't lie to me. My gut doesn't lie. Sixers will win the next game. I think that they even the series. Now, I would feel really good if they honestly were able to just put up a monstrous performance. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I know I sound like a broken record, but they're not done, man. If there's anything that I've learned from this series so far, is that they're pretty much neck and neck. They're neck and neck. But the Knicks have had better luck. We're done, JJ. It's okay. I can accept that the Knicks are better than us. Nope. Nick Nurse has been down 2-0 before. Do you think that Toronto said that, guess what? Milwaukee's won the first 2 games of this series and they're just the better team? No. How about when Nico Batum was on the LA Clippers, man? Did the LA Clippers in that 2021 season say, you know what, we're just done. We're cooked. We're down 2-0 to the Mavericks. They were down 2-0 twice that year. Oh, but JJ, that's different. That's different because the Mavericks collapsed that year. Oh, that's different because Kawhi Leonard was still the best player on that Toronto team. Isn't Joel the best player for Philly? Just asking. Why not the Sixers? LeBron James was down 2-0 to the Boston Celtics years ago in the 2017-18 season. They won in 7. I'm just saying, it's not done. I'm not telling you that they're going to win this series. I just know that from watching the NBA for a while, that the best players step up. This is going to be a legacy game for Joel Embiid. There's no doubt about it. But with the way that the Knicks have been winning these games, I don't see them as an over-superior team. I really don't. I don't see the Knicks as this team that's just a juggernaut that is just, whatever. Joel ran out of gas near the end of the game. I'm not saying that they're done. I'm not saying that they're done. Somebody said, you said that they have 2 guys on this team and it showed last night. Well, I was probably getting a little bit emotional there. But I can agree with that. The 2 guys played their butts off and the role players didn't step up. I still think it's going to go to 7. I do. I don't know who wins Game 5, though. Whoever wins Game 5, that's the most pivotal game of this series. That's all I wanted to say. All right. I just wanted to come on here and just clarify some things because I know that some of you people, take everything that I say like really seriously. Like after I emotionally react to a game like the night before, my emotions get to me. I think that that's what makes us human at the end of the day. I'm still heartbroken over that loss. The refs, as much as they were terrible last night, Sixers, we don't have this problem if Joel rebounds. If Tyrese Maxey holds on to that ball, we don't have this problem. If Kyle Lowry makes that foul shot, like all those things matter. They really do. So, all right, I'm done. I'm going to wrap things up. I got to get ready for doing a Phillies game tonight. Hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. I just wanted to make sure that I came on here and just gave you like my day after reactions because this series ain't over. It's not done. As heartbreaking as those two losses were, the Knicks were the better team in those games. But not by much, man. They had luck on their side. But now, Game 3 and Game 4, there's a reason why. There's a reason why that this is a best of 7. And I personally believe that luck is going to fall out of the side for the Knicks, and the Sixers are going to show their true colors. But that's just me. I know the Knicks fans are probably going to come at me like they come after everybody. But it is what it is. Goats sucked. That's funny. All right. Love you guys. Catch you later tonight.